welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today is kind of a new type of video on my channel. I decided to do a little book haul. I've been collecting books over the last month. Some pre-orders, I got some gift cards to spend some money on books, which I've never gotten to buy so many books at once before, so this is really exciting for me, and I have the stacks of the books here. So I wanted to get into the book haul and my fall TBR and what my current reads are. So I think I'll start with my current reads, then I'll get into my fall TBR, and as I do my fall TBR, it's kind of a mixture of my book haul because I have gotten these books to read this fall and I just got them over the last few weeks. So yeah, I'll just get into that. So first, I'm reading two books. One of them I'm reading as a buddy read, Heartless Hunter. So this is, I think this is considered a forbidden romance. And it's about this witch and a witch hunter. And basically the witch hunter obviously is hunting the witches. And then there's this witch, the main character Rune, who is trying to save the witches because her grandmother was a witch. And she wants to give back to her witch community because she found out she's a witch later in life, and she just wants to save all of the witches. And she's running into some trouble, of course. She knows this witch hunter, and of course she finds some attraction to him, but is trying to do some manipulation, and he's trying to do the same because he's trying to find out who is this witch that's saving all the witches. So this is what I'm reading. I'm almost done. I'm like 80% in, so yeah, I'm probably gonna finish this soon. And then I'm reading Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. And the reason why I picked this one up, this is considered a classic. It was published in the 1930s. And Taylor Swift wrote the song Tolerate It, inspired by this book. So that's the main reason why I decided to read it. So it's basically about this girl, I think she's supposed to be in her young 20s, I believe. I tried to look it up because I was like, there's an age gap in here. But basically she meets this man, his name's Maxim, and the main character doesn't even have a name. But essentially she meets this man and he was recently widowed and they decide to get married on the whim. And she moves with him to his home in a different place because she's from Monte Carlo, I think that's Italy. And then they move to this place called Manderley. And basically I'm literally halfway through, and so far it seems that she's like living in his late wife's shadow. So she keeps running into people who like talk about his late wife, and like there's a routine in that house that she kind of conforms to because she feels like she has to. So, and I almost feel like she's living in the shadow of the late wife. So I'm really curious to see how the story progresses. And then I really want to analyze Taylor Swift's lyrics to Tolerate It and see if I can find some like analogies or where she's getting her inspiration from this story. So I think it'll be cool to analyze the lyrics and compare it to the story. So those are my current reads. And now I'm gonna get into my fall TBR. These are a lot of books that I think really suit autumn and the eerie vibes that comes along with Halloween and stuff. So I'll just start with the top of the stack. But this one, I think it looks like a dark academia, but I don't know, or an academia type of book, but it's called The Story of Us. I honestly just grabbed it because I thought the cover was really pretty. But essentially it seems like the main girl Violet and this guy Isaac discover that they have the same birthday and they don't expect it to lead to a friendship, let alone a relationship. So they're dating for like 5 years. And then they realize, so I guess they're dating for 5 years, but then during their 17th birthday, the male main character doesn't show up. So then they break up, and then they're trying to, so then the guy is trying to reconnect with the girl, but the girl is not wanting to give him a second chance. So it's giving second chance romance. So I think that's what this is. So they're trying to rekindle their relationship throughout this story, but I don't know, seems interesting. I don't think this is dark academia, but it's giving academic. And then I also picked up this series. I don't know what the series is called, but I'm sure y'all have seen it everywhere. The Pumpkin Spice Cafe and the newest release, the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. I heard these actually have spice in it, which I don't know. I just didn't know what to expect with this story, but I'm intrigued. The Pumpkin Spice Cafe seems to be when Jeannie's aunt gives her the beloved Pumpkin Spice Cafe in the small town of Dream Arbor. Jeannie jumps at the chance for a fresh start away from her very dull desk job. Logan is a local farmer who avoids Dream Arbor's gossip at all costs, but Jeannie's arrival disrupts Logan's routine, and he wants nothing to do with the irritatingly upbeat new girl. So this seems like maybe a Grumpy Sunshine, I guess, but I don't know, seems fun. I'm wanting something fun and silly for the fall, so I felt like this was a good option. And I've actually had this on my Kindle since last year, but I finally decided to get the physical copy this year, so maybe I'll actually read it. And then the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. So this one says, when a secret message turns up hidden in a book in the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, Hazel can't understand it. As more secret codes appear between the pages, she decides to follow the trail of clues. She just needs someone to help her out. So she meets this gorgeous and outgoing fisherman, Noah, who's always up for an adventure. Wait, this kind of sounds fun. I'm looking forward to this, and this also takes place in Dream Arbor. So I wonder if the characters in this story pop up in the first story, so that'll be cool to get into, but that's part of that series. I think there's also like holiday books that are coming out within that series too, so I'm definitely going to be on the lookout for that for like post Thanksgiving, getting into winter and Christmas and all that. And then I also picked up a couple of books by S.T. Gibson. The first one is A Dowry of Blood, and I didn't realize this talks about Dracula and it's a horror. So I think this is like a gothic horror. I don't know too much about it, but I heard it's really good. So basically this woman, Constanta, was saved by the brink of death by a mysterious stranger and is transformed from a medieval peasant into a bride fit for an undying king. So then Dracula comes in and stuff happens, but I don't know, seems interesting. I wanted to get into this. And it's also interesting because it has those like frayed edges. I don't know what you call these kind of edges, but I haven't had a book that had these since A Series of Unfortunate Events, and I used to love that series, and I remember all of the book ends were like that. And then we have An Education in Malice, and I remember the first time I've seen this, I was at a bookstore, and you know how people have like little blurbs about books? I just remember that blurb said that this book encompasses Guilty as Sin by Taylor Swift. And I was like, say less, I am picking this up. So I've been eyeing this for months now, actually. And this is another, I think this is considered dark academia, gothic type of vibe. So I'm intrigued by this one. Oh yeah, it says, sumptuous and addictive, An Education in Malice is a dark academia tale of blood, secrets, and insatiable hungers. Oh, it takes place in Massachusetts. Interesting. So there's this girl, Laura, who gets put into a very rivalrous academic rivalry with a beautiful person named Carmilla, and together they're drawn into the confidence of their demanding poetry professor who holds their own dark obsession with Carmilla. Huh? Interesting, but I guess this is a rival romance, I'm assuming. But I'm looking forward to this one too. Which leads me to A Dark and Drowning Tide, which is another sapphic romance, I guess. So this one is, it says, a sharp-tongued folklorist must pair up with her academic rival to solve their mentor's murder in this lush and enthralling sapphic fantasy romance. Okay, interesting. Wait, it's kind of giving the same vibes as An Education in Malice because they're both academic rivals. So I love a good academic rivals, honestly. I really do enjoy reading about that kind of plot line. So, and the cover is so nice. This just came out on the 17th of September, so looking forward to this. Honestly, this book also came out on the 17th of October, which I'm about to get to, but yeah, so this one is called Us in Ruins, and I just loved the cover. This is not so pretty, and I really like the hardback too because it's white, and then the title is with pink foiling, which is really pretty. So this one, it says that Face of Venus Aurelia hasn't been seen since 1932, but Margot Rhodes is determined to change that. Drawn by the vase's supposed magical properties, Margot embarks on her school's archaeological trip to Pompeii. Sure, it's her first time holding a shovel, but she's got something no one else does. Lost teenage explorer Van Keen's journal. Ooh! Poring over the poetic entries that serve as a map to the vase's missing shards, Margot finds herself falling in love with the boy who wrote them a century ago. Ooh! I'll leave it at that, but that seems interesting. I don't know, but it seems really fun, so I'm excited to get into this story. So that's what I want to read for my fall TBR. I might end up reading like other things from here and there, but that's what we got so far. And now I have a bunch of other books that I want to read at some point in time. So I have the 3rd volume of the Sailor Moon Eternals manga. Just trying to get through the manga. It's one of my childhood animes that I loved watching as a kid, but I've never read the manga, so it's cool to read it and get details that I just don't remember from the anime because it's been a while since I've seen the anime, so. And then finally picked up Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood. I've read all of her books, so I naturally have to read this one because it's a STEM romance and I'm a girl in STEM, so I like to read these silly little unrealistic STEM romance novels, but I just think they're so funny. So then I picked up Wild Eyes, which is the 2nd book in this new Rose Hill series by Elsie Silver. I haven't even read the first one, but I do have it and I just want to complete the physical editions that I'm collecting. I heard they're really, really good. I think these are all, correct me if I'm wrong, single dad stories, but I'm intrigued to read these at some point in time. But yeah. And then picked up a classic, Pride and Prejudice. My mom actually got me this. And why is it so heavy? Oh, I didn't realize. It's like, somebody did this on it. What is this? I don't know, like, it's not cross-stitching, but they stitched on top of the cover. But yeah, I want to read this at some point. I want to try and read more classics, so we'll see if I can get into this. And finally, I got the Twisted series by Anna Wong. My mom picked these up for me from Sam's Club because they were all on sale. And I was like, okay, yeah, I want to get the series. I've heard nothing but great things about it, so I really want to get into it. And hopefully I end up liking the series. But that's pretty much all for my haul, my book haul and fall TBR. I hope that was organized. This is my first time doing one of these videos, so I feel like, I don't know, it kind of started off all over the place. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a comment below on what your current read is, or what your fall TBR is. Whatever you feel like sharing, I'd love to know. And feel free to leave a like, I would appreciate it, and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for tuning in. Bye!